Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your time this weekend, September 27, 2025. Um, as you all know, we have a new IT committee at the district who is supporting the district as well as the clubs. In this regard, being September as Basic Education Literacy Month, we thought to start um, a panel or a webinar for all our district members to know how technology is emerging in the coming weeks or months or years. So in this regard, we thought to have webinar series. So before I start, I would like to recognize a few of our district members on the call today. We have District Governor Susan Binden on the call. Thank you, Susan, for joining. We also have some past presidents of the club and also some directors from the district. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. So there are some housekeeping items. If you have any questions, then please unmute yourself, and you can also raise your hands. I would prefer to have at the end of the presentation from our guest speaker, Farhan Kever, who is from Rotary Club of Brampton. So I'll give you a brief intro about Farhan. Farhan has over 30 years of IT consulting experience. He's president of International Police Association, a member of Rotary Club of Brampton, chief technology officer of the ALU Foundation, mentoring program organizer for Professional Criminologist Association of Kenya. So let's give a big applause for Farhan. And Farhan, the stage is yours.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that introduction, Sunil. Really appreciate it. And it's an honor. And welcome, Susan Sbinden, our district governor. Thank you very much. And for the other officials that are here as well, thank you very much for taking your time. And to the members who have taken the time to join us. And, as part of the IT committee, we felt that it is really important to see and help our members with regards to what's happening out there. And the most relevant thing these days is AI. So the first question I have for you is, how many people here have experience with AI in terms of, have you used tools like ChatGPT or any other AI assistant tools? I mean, if you can raise your hand and let me know, fantastic. We have 1, 2, 3. By the way, that other Farhan Kever that's joined, these are links that I sent out based on what I was given. So that is somebody else from my club. So this really helps me understand the audience with regards to the presentation that I'm doing today. I mean, if I had more hands up, then this AI presentation would not be relevant and I'd have to work off my cuff. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about AI. It's a very relevant topic. And in terms of what is happening around the world, what is happening in terms of how you can use this to help you be more efficient. AI is a tool like any other tool to help you make life better. So, and if you do have questions, feel free to ask. So, I mean, today we're just going to be knowing a little bit about what AI is, right? We'll go through that, how we can help you as a member, Rotary leaders, to help save time, improve communications, and maybe even run your meetings, your clubs more efficiently. So, it's nothing that with regards to you having to learn coding or anything like that, it's not complicated at all. It's all about using the tool in a practical manner. So, the agenda is what is AI, talking about everyday AI action, how ChatGPT works. We're going to focus on ChatGPT for now. There are a lot of AI tools out there, but most common one being used is ChatGPT. And then we'll go specifically for Rotary use cases and also some personal use cases as well. And if you've never used AI or ChatGPT, I'll show you how to get started. And I hope this will achieve your objective for joining this particular webinar. So, what is AI? Right? It's a smart assistant that learns from data. So this is what AI is. Now, what happens is, you upload data to this particular, it's called an AI model, or let's call it a tool for now. And then from that, based on the data you've uploaded, it learns from that. And then as you continue using it, it becomes more better at giving you results on that specific stuff. So it does mimic a little bit of like human thinking. Uh, and you know what? We have no options. It's already there in our daily life. It's there, and you've used it too. I mean, I'll give you an example. Google Maps, right? Google Maps will give you the fastest route to your destination. So that one does use some level of AI in the back end too. Netflix, YouTube works based on the videos that you have liked and you watch more often, and the back-end algorithms. That's basically what AI is. It's algorithms working on data and providing you um, to the best suggestions of what you're looking for. So that is how AI works, and it works in the background and makes your life a lot easier. So now we'll jump into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a lot like having a personal assistant, right? And you can chat with ChatGPT. That's basically what it is. You type in instructions, and the instructions are called prompts. So you type in an instruction, and it generates an answer or a text for you, just like what you do with Siri on your phone. For those with iPhones, Siri on your phone, or like Alexa, when you ask questions, it responds back to you based on the information it can catch from the internet. Um, so, we can simply ask it to do an email or a response to an email as well. You can create an agenda or even a speech. You can ask ChatGPT to create that for you, and it'll do that for you. But the only thing that, the caveat here is it does not replace human judgment. So it's not here to take over humanity as we know it. But so it won't replace human judgment, but it does help save time. So that's what um, ChatGPT does. And as you can see from some of the points here, can help summarize information like reports, minutes. Um, it can generate ideas, and it can translate and simplify some of the languages. And I've also played with it once or twice. It can also help enhance or produce images based on the prompts that you put in. Um, so let's move on. Now, in terms of leadership, those people who are in the boards of the district levels or at club levels, you can definitely help save time in terms of asking it to do admin tasks, improve member communications, planning projects faster, or keeping better records. So these are some of the examples, and it's like having uh, an extra pair of hands when you're busy, and everyone these days is definitely busy. So instead of spending hours drafting emails, minutes, or project outlines, AI can do it in a first draft and then polish it based on your own suggestions or voice. So the use cases that I have seen work well in Rotary clubs or in general as well is to plan agendas, minutes or reminders. I mean, you can quickly say, hey, draft a 1 hour meeting agenda for fundraising, and it'll do that for you. And we'll go through some of these examples. I do have a demo to show you so you can see how it works. And then with regards to minutes as well, you can upload your notes and it can summarize those minutes and put in reminders if you want, and make quick messages to members if there's tasks for certain people to do. For those who do project plannings, like, if we're planning for the district conference, we will treat that as a project, and we can say, what, show me a step-by-step plan. I'm creating a district conference that has so many clubs, so many members. What do I need to do to drive attendance? Show me what I need to do with regards to um, setting up the meeting points, what's involved behind that, and give me an estimate budget, right? And how many people do I need? You'll be surprised. It does tend to do that very well. And it's done within, I would say, 3 seconds. You can have that project plan in front of you. Whereas what happens typically is we look at our previous notes, we go through the previous committee that handled that, go through what they did, and then we plan from that. So, with that said, I think it's a fantastic tool to use, especially planning events, projects, and then communication as well. So if you have a speech to do, you can type in the outline of your speech. This is, I need to put a speech together to my club with regards to the ALU Foundation that I work for. We mainly do water projects. We mainly do, tailoring programs. Can you put a speech together for me, which was, 10-minute speech? And it will put all the notes together. And obviously, it is putting everything together based on your instructions. And those instructions is what we're calling prompts. So, um, in terms of the speeches, you'll have to read it. It knows what it knows based on the instructions you give. Same like, if you had a personal assistant and you tell the personal assistant, go write me a speech, and the assistant, on what? Can you give me more details? Can you, so, and then the personal assistant will put a speech together. This particular AI chat GPT is no different. The more information you give it, the better the end result is. And sometimes it'll give you things that are not real, and that is known as hallucinations on the AI side of the house. So again, understand that there is always human supervision required. Even the results that come in, do not take it at face value. Read it, make sure that it makes sense. Sometimes you'll get gibberish, so you don't want to send gibberish out, right? So again, social media posts, it does that very well. I use it extensively for my LinkedIn posts, um, and for sending emails as well. So, I mean, I use it every day in, day out for a lot of things. So far, does this make sense? Can I have people just, raise their hands and say, yes, it makes sense? Perfect. Am I going at the right speed?
Yes, it's
Awesome.
okay.
This is excellent. Thank you. Let's move on now. We've talked about how you can use it in Rotary, but in your everyday life as well, right? So drafting personal letters. I have, and again, it's not that your skill to write letters is not good. What ChatGPT does is it can take your letter. All you do is cut and paste the letter into ChatGPT, and it will then draft it into a professional looking document in terms of the layout. It will use words that sound better, sound more professional. It can put different emphasis based on your how you want the letter to be. So for example, if you want, I'll just pick one, letter of condolences. All you do is say, I would like you to draft an email or a message of condolences to XYZ and make it sound more empathetic. And it'll do that. And then in the end, it'll say, do you want me to, it'll give you suggestions. Do you want me to make it sound more personal? Do you want me to sound more, make it shorter and stuff like that? So it can definitely provide suggestions as well based on what you've put in there too. So if you have articles, a 10-page article, and you don't have time, copy paste it, then say, or upload it to ChatGPT and say, summarize this for me, and it'll do that for you. The other thing ChatGPT that I've seen people use is recipes is one thing. Traveling, when you travel, I've used it personally for creating travel itineraries. You can tell ChatGPT, I'm going to Las Vegas for 4 days. 2 days are for a conference, and I have 2 days. What can I do? What can you suggest? Right? And you say, I'm going November 5th to the 8th. What do you suggest? Or the 9th. And then it'll generate an itinerary for you in terms of, uh, it can go into real details. It can tell you have breakfast from this time to this time, go to see Hoover Dam from this time to this time. Then when you come back, rest for a while, and then go back out again. Go to the different hotels in the strips. You can go watch shows, and here are some recommendations. So it can give you a lot of information, and you can have it either at a very high level or down to the detail to the minute if you want it to plan it that way too. So that's one thing. Even with recipes, I'll give you an example that I have used this extensively on creating projects, right? So I said, I'm I'm I want to build a shed in the backyard. What do I need to do, right? What do I need to get? And it'll go through. You need, a permit if it's a solid structure. It'll say you need this permit, this permit, this much, and you will need to get this much uh, wood, this much cement, based on the dimensions you've given. And then you can say, oh, you've told me to get or put a concrete base foundation for this. How do I create that? I don't know. And it'll tell you you need to get cement, you need to get water, you need to get sand, you need to get all these different things, mix it, and you can drill even further and say, where do I get the cement from? It'll then tell you you can get it from XYZ. So even when I'm doing project plans, it tells me, you have to do a discovery call, you have to plan, design, implement, and close the project. So you can ask it, what do I need to do in plan and design? And it'll tell you, okay, you need to make sure that based on your project, you plan XYZ, and you can dig really deeper into that particular point. And you will see it can provide a lot of interesting answers for you. I have used it also to say, hey, listen, explain to me, like I'm a 10-year-old, what um, I don't know, I'll pick a topic. Okay, how baseball works, for example, right? Explain to me, like as if I was a 10-year-old, what is baseball? And it'll then give me a simple explanation to do that. And I've used it a few times, but not for baseball, but other stuff that I've seen on the internet, people chatting about it. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. Let me look at what it means. And ChatGPT definitely does help out there. And it's worked very well too. So you can use it to ask questions. One thing I have seen, I have come across kids who have used ChatGPT as a close confidant to the point that it acts like a psychologist or psychotherapist for people who have emotional issues or mental issues. And this is right now, it's about 60% of youth now use ChatGPT as the first thing they would go to to talk emotions, because a lot of them are not comfortable talking to adults or even to doctors or therapists. So it's interesting how ChatGPT has been used on that. My daughter, who's studying in Waterloo University, she is part of a research with regards to how ChatGPT is being used as a um, tool for therapy for youth people. So she is part of writing that paper as well. It's an interesting thing, but it is something that is happening. There's a lot of mental health issues out there, which sometimes goes unrecognized. So the youth are now beginning to use this. So, you can have conversations with it, and it's just insane in terms of how comfortable the communication can be. It's like talking to a friend, a person, say, hey, listen, I'm going to Waterloo for the day. What can I do? And it'll tell me you can go to XYZ and say, okay, maybe can you suggest some restaurants for me? I prefer halal food. And it'll then talk back to me with that. So it's definitely uh, a great tool if used properly as well. So, um, again, remember, it's a tool. It's not there to take over the world. It's there to help you. But there are other AI products out there that um, are being used not to take over jobs, but to bring more efficiencies to organizations. And my last slide will tell you and I'll really drive this home is the people who don't use AI will be replaced by those who do use AI, right? So, is it a threat to jobs? Not really, but it is a threat to those people who do not use AI. So, we can do a live demo, and I will go through that, and we'll do a quick uh, scenario here. So, I'm going to look at, let me see if my screen 3. Let me see if you guys can see a different screen now.
Yeah, we can see your email. Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so this is ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT, let's just say, you know, um, draft an agenda for my fundraising meeting. Sorry, fundraising meeting. Now you can see this is a simple, clear message. I haven't provided a lot more details. Normally I would. And based on this, it just comes up with quick meeting agenda of a typical fundraising meeting, right? So welcome opening remarks, review previous actions of previous minutes, fundraising, progress updates, upcoming fundraising projects, brainstorming session. So again, based on that one line, it has created all this instantly, right? So, if I was the chair of the fundraising committee, I would use this as a baseline and then just update it based on my information, based on what I want to do. Am I sharing the screen? Can you guys see the ChatGPT stuff? I'm just
Yes,
Yes,
do.
yes. Yeah.
okay, fantastic. So here's a new chat, right? Let's say write professional email to my Rotary club chair, thanking him for hosting me as a speaker on AI. So again, I just say draft an email for me to my chairman, and it says, and you can see based on this, it says, I want to sincerely thank you for inviting me to speak on your club artificial intelligence. It was a true honor to share insights with such an engaged and thoughtful group. I greatly appreciated the warm welcome and the meaningful questions from members. It was a wonderful reflection of the Rotary spirit and curiosity. So all I did was I gave it a one-liner, and it generated this whole email or message for me. Typically, it would take me 10, 15 minutes just to put that thought and put a similar message together. And then what happens is it says, would you like me to prepare a shorter, more casual version you can quickly send from your phone and keep it formal like this? So I say, yes, why not? So you click yes, and it'll modify that message and say, thank you for hosting me as a speaker. Noma, I see your hand up. Let me just quickly go through this. I really appreciate welcome, Torful. So you can see this. And then it also says, would you like me to create a LinkedIn style post that you can then put on your LinkedIn message? And if you say yes, it adjusts the message accordingly so that you can post it on LinkedIn. Noma, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
It wasn't Nova, it was Kiran. Sorry.
Oh, I
Me?
see.
No, sorry. I'm sorry. At this point, I'm not going to disturb you. Maybe later.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. I see. Okay.
I'm
Other hand.
sorry for that. Yeah.
That's fine. We can still have, I want you to digest this. We can still have questions and answers after this as well. Now you see, it'll keep giving me suggestions. Do you want me to make this short and punchy and still make it professional and reflective? And you can keep going saying yes, yes, yes. So, this is.
But I'm sorry to interrupt. I have seen a hand raised by Mary.
Yeah, I do have a quick question, and it's relevant right now. So you keep changing the content there. What if I wanted to go back to the original thing that had been created? How do I get that piece of information? Oh, it just goes back up to the
Yeah.
front?
That's
Yes.
really there. Yeah.
And then do I just copy and paste it? Because I usually use the Microsoft one, and I have trouble taking that and putting it into something else for some reason. It just doesn't let me keep it.
Yeah. So Microsoft Copilot, you
Yeah.
have to, same thing. You would copy this highlighted stuff and then paste it on your
It does
email.
allow you to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
so all of those different iterations that you did are all still kept there.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Didn't realize that.
and the beauty about this is if you can see on the left-hand side here, all the previous requests I've put in, right, are here now. For example, I I did a LinkedIn post creation, right? And I said, what was this about? Okay, or about my nephew having a Michelin star restaurant in. So this was done, I think, a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just trying to. I'm going up to see when was this done. It was done about a month ago, but I can come back to it and continue like as if I'm actively on the same subject. So I can say, what is the location? And it continues with this. Now, if I was to create a new chat and type this, it would not know what I'm talking about. But if I go to an existing chat and put it there, then you can see that it provides the details based on that chat that I've had.
Oh, that's
Now,
great. Thanks, Farhan. That answers my question. Thanks.
Yeah. So you just gave me something else that I can show here of value. So I will say, I'm going to upload a document, upload photos or files. Let's see if I can upload whatever I downloaded. So this is just an assessment that my company does, and it's called an integration platform assessment, and say, based on this document, summarize. Excuse my spelling. Summarize this into sentences. Now, this is a 2-page document. Even though I had a spelling mistake, it knows. So it's a 2-page document, and it's summarized. I uploaded it and say summarize this, and it says the integration platform assessment is structured. So it gives me a summary of this. And let's see, something else that I've done here as well, which will give you a good example, is so I did a letter draft to a tenant. It gives me a draft of what needs to be done. Let's see. Recruitment, UK. I'm just trying to see pictures. I've done some pictures as well. I don't seem to see it here, but anyway. You can upload a picture and put in, so the prompts have to be very specific, and you can get to those. So here's a prompt that I put in, hoping to use in the future, and the prompt, as you can see, is very detailed. I want you to become my expert prompt creator. Your goal is to help me craft the best possible prompts. The prompt you would provide should be written in perspective of me making the request to ChatGPT. So, and you will generate the following sections: the prompt, the critique based on this, questions I should ask. And then what happens, it says, okay, what would you like your prompt to be about? So again, this is at an advanced level in terms of creating prompts. And, you can definitely do that as well. So as you use more and more of this, you will see that you can make better prompts to help you achieve your goal or message. Just trying to figure out. I had some pictures I had created as well. Oh, here we go, professional headshot. So there was a prompt I said, using, let me go back to the first one. So these are just different ones I've been playing with, as you can see, my family. So this is mine. I posted this I says using the attached selfie as an exact reference, generate a high resolution professional headshot that preserves 100% of my facial features, including shape, skin, hair, toned, apply studio quality lighting and soft natural background, and adjust my attire to formal professional, where ensuring the image exudes confidence and approachability for LinkedIn profile. So this is the result that it gave me. The quality of the product is really impressive. And this is what I would use for my LinkedIn posts. So imagine this is my daughter. I did the same thing for her. And this is the picture it produced. Again, very different pose, but it kept everything. She looks a little bit older here, but it did create something professional. Now, it's not 100%. It can also make things look a little different as well. But you get the gist of this. It actually does do pictures well too. So that is it on this side. So I will now move back from the ChatGPT, and what I will do is show you how to get started. So let me go back to my presentation. So while we're doing this, I hope you guys enjoyed that demo. Okay, so this is the slide. We were doing the demo, right? We moved from the demo. Oh, I need to move this other one, sorry. Can you see this clearly now? Yes? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to, I mean, the question is it safe, right? Do not put your personal information on this, because at the end of the day, ChatGPT is a public domain, and you don't want to put your birthdays, anything private information, your social interest number, stuff like that. Try not to do that. Yes, but it does work. The question is, will it replace us? No, it won't replace us. It's going to support us. I mean, again, I just see this as a revolution happening. If you remember the days of the typewriters, when computers came in, there was a big fear that it'll take away jobs. It did for those people who refused to let go of the typewriters, but for those who adopted, they were much better, more efficient on the computer side too. And now, AI is at that level where you have to adapt to be relevant. It's not there to replace you, but if you're stuck in your old ways, you'll find it challenging, right? And especially if you're working, chat AI is going to be your best friend. Just learn to use it. I know some of us, are not good with change based on where we are in our lives, our age. Sometimes we don't want to learn new stuff. I think in this particular case, I would say take your time, learn it, and I'm more than willing to help you if you want to. If you have any questions, let me know. That is, if you've tried it on ChatGPT first and you're not happy with ChatGPT's answers, come and ask me. I'm more than willing to help. And you guys already have used AI like Google. Every time you've searched Google, there is an AI in the back end that gives you that result. So it's not complicated. It's all there. I personally see it as a helper, as an assistant, rather than replacement. Next slide, we go to how to get started, right? So for those people who have never used ChatGPT, and those who have used there are a lot, well, not a lot, but there's quite a few generative AI products out there. ChatGPT is one, DeepSeek, Copilot from Microsoft. There's Gemini from Google. So all these are there. ChatGPT is the most common one being used, and they have a lot of users using it. So ChatGPT, you will go to on the browser, you type in chat.openai.com, you create a free account, and you start typing a question. Now, when you are using ChatGPT, each time you use it for a different use, create a new chat. When I started using ChatGPT, I had one chat and I used to do everything on it and just realized that's not being done right. I learned the hard way, so I'm just telling you. Today you're going to ask it, for a travel plan. That's a new chat. And then the next day you're doing an agenda. Create it. Say I want to start a new chat. Create the agenda. I want you to summarize these meeting notes. It's a new chat. Don't continue with the same chat. And you want a professionally drafted email. Copy and paste the gist of your email, and it'll then generate that particular message for you. And the history then remains on the left-hand side. You can always go back to those. So that's the thing. You type the question and then be specific, ask for shorter, friendlier versions, experiment with prompts. There are people out there who are giving out prompts. I mean, what to do with prompts, free prompts that I've seen a document, 100 free prompts for your everyday use. I use probably between 5 and 10 different prompts, depending on the context and the subject. Majority, 80% of my prompt is write this email professionally, and then I would copy the email message there, and it generates an email. I would copy and paste it and replace the original email that I drafted. That is my most common prompt that I've done, and I just love it. The second most common one is, here's a document. Can you summarize it for me? Or if I have specific questions on that particular document, like saying, this is a tenant agreement. How many years is this agreement for? Something like that. It'll then give me those answers. Because sometimes, I mean, you have all seen when you have these documents from lawyers that are 20, 30 page long, you don't have time to go through all that. But you do have questions. Okay, did this agreement cover this? Did it cover this? So you just ask the questions based on this agreement. Has this been addressed, or what is it? So I'll give you, I was talking to a friend of mine, again, he's new to AI, and I told him how he can use ChatGPT. And he was surprised that he could upload the contract he has with his contractors. He feels that they are in breach of contract, they have not done certain things. And he says, I don't have time to read all this document. It's so many pages. So I told him, upload it and just ask the question. And then you will know if they're in breach of contract or not. And he was really, really amazed that he could do such a thing, and he could get answers instantly based on that document. One thing is with ChatGPT, like I said, you can type different prompts. You can even say, help me write an email. I typically say, write it professionally, and it'll then, like you saw, it'll then give suggestions after each and every prompt. It's produced a result. Do you want it done XYZ or whatever? I mean, you can even write a polite reminder to members about tonight's meeting at 7 p.m. So it'll draft that for you too. Now, here's my call to action to you, right? I want to make sure that you get out of your comfort zone if you haven't used this. Try this for a week and ask it the simplest questions, right? and use it. Try and draft your next email that you have to send out for Rotary, right? Or you can use it to summarize meeting notes, or even drafting an event speech, right? So I would challenge you to try it out before your next meeting, see how it goes. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than willing to assist. So the closing message I have is AI will not replace anyone, or in this particular case, Rotary leaders. But leaders who use AI may lead Rotary better. So again, it's all about saving time. It's all about looking professional. It's all about getting results quickly. And I know most of the leaders, most of the people, members as well, don't have time these days. So this is my message to you, and I want to thank you all very much. We will now open it to questions. I'm going to stop sharing here so we can go back to.
Thank you so much, Farhan, for giving us an overview on AI, ChatGPT, and the use cases, how Rotary leaders can use. So thank you so much. And if any would like to raise your hand for a question, I see Noma. Noma, please go ahead. Noma, you unmute yourself.
Is it June Oliver or?
No, I see Noma.
Oh, no, Noma, yes, go ahead. We can't hear you, unfortunately. You want to type it in the chat while we have others?
Yep, there it is. Okay.
There we go.
Yes. I'm just about to support a group of members in my club in writing a global grant. And I'm just thinking of maybe this is the time to sort of to do that in terms of in terms of the proposal for this club. It's well written. All the details are there, but I know that they are on the what we need to fill in when we do a global grant. So I'm just wondering if it would be best, instead of sitting down and sort of showing them, section by section what to put in. Instead, copy the sort of upload the original proposal, and then to see how much of that information will be inserted into Rotary Foundation forms to fill in, and then kind of to read through. Like we said, we do have to read, because sometimes it doesn't quite get the context. And if that would not be the best way to do it right from the start.
So if you're using the free version, and again, I'm talking about ChatGPT.
Yes.
You can only upload one document a day. So that's the limitation there, right?
Yes.
So what I'm hearing is there's a proposal.
Yes.
And there's Rotary Foundation documents or template that you have to fill out.
That's right.
Okay. So you can upload one on day one.
Yes.
And then day two, you upload the template and say, can you help fill out this information from the proposal into the template? Or you could simply upload that day one, the proposal, and then whatever the template is, ask it the question, how much money is required, and it'll tell you it's this many dollars. Okay, you start plugging things into the template. If the template is online, that you have to do in the Rotary Foundation website. So that is one way of seeing use it. You ask it the question, then you can plug it into there based on the proposal.
Because I think this will be the fastest way, because I always find people have this fear of sort of doing this, so I kind of think it will be a kind of friendlier way, rather than, oh, you have to kind of look for information that fits into this and so on, if we can speed up that process.
Trust me, it can really, really speed up your process. Once you upload the document, ask it questions, it'll then definitely be able to produce those results that you're looking for. And again, that's one chat,
Yes.
right? So you just continue that chat as you go on based on that project.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
Awesome. So yes, Mary.
No, we have Kiranjit.
Oh, sorry, I'm seeing it all wrong. My mistake. Yeah, Kiranjit, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Kiran.
Yeah. So thanks, Farhan. It was a wonderful talk. And you're so right that it gives us efficiency and makes our life very easy. And about Norman's question also, yes, we can use that for checking and rechecking. The only thing here is, like you said, Farhan, that you have to have a complete vision about what you are doing and what you are expecting. You need to know that. And thank you. And my question is that how can Rotary use AI ethically with membership data? Because as we go further beyond our club meetings and everything like global grants and writing a grant, there comes the issue of membership and the data issue. How can we solve that? That's my question.
No, that is a really good question. It's something definitely our IT committee team is looking at. While we're on this call, maybe I should throw the question back here. Where do you feel that we can? Let's start with automating processes within Rotary. Where do you think we can bring efficiencies in Rotary to use tools for automation or to use tools like AI? So I would throw that back to everyone here, and I'll be willing to listen to that. And if you have any suggestions on that, we would love to hear it and see maybe we can do a pilot based on your suggestion.
So interestingly, I put that question to ChatGPT, and my answer is just adding to your presentation. The answer is that Rotary can stay ethical and responsible with the AI by following three principles: transparency in how data is collected and used, consent from members and communities, and safeguards to protect privacy. So here comes the basic thing that we all need to know, the basic things and the advanced things, and then use it as a helper. We cannot throw everything to the AI and then just come up with everything.
No, absolutely. So if we feel that a certain process within Rotary can be automated or can be used with AI, then we have to put what we call guardrails. We have to follow compliance measures. We have to follow regulatory requirements to make sure that all that is protected. So if we are to use from a district perspective, from a Rotary perspective, from a club perspective, automation and AI, then we definitely have to have guardrails. We need to have proper compliance and all that. Right now, we're all using it at a personal level.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Farhan.
Yeah. Sorry.
We have one more from Noma.
Noma, yes.
We have only 5 more minutes. If anyone wants to raise their hands, please do so. We'll stop at 12 p.m. sharp. Thank you.
Yes, Noma.
Noma, you want to unmute yourself?
Well, she's unmuted, but I can't hear her though.
Okay.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
In our club, we already use it for presentations from guest speakers. Basically, the whole idea is that it will summarize the presentation, and then that will be forwarded to all the members, whether they were there, the meeting, or not there. And what has happened is that actually this summary of of the content gets sent by the next day. instead of some 4 or 5 days later, the way it used to be.
That's fantastic. I think that's a really good use case, and I'm sure some of us will be curious to know how you do it so we can replicate it across other clubs as well. So here's something I'll give you. This particular presentation today was created fully by ChatGPT. All I did was say I want to do a presentation on AI, simple uses, and this is what it produced. All the pictures and all obviously were produced on PowerPoint, and the layout was done on PowerPoint, but all the points were from ChatGPT. So again, an efficient way of using time and producing something that typically would take 2 days of thinking and putting together. This was done for me in less than 5 seconds. So, it's a lot of time saved. And, so here's the thing. Every day, there's 5 to 10 different AI products coming in the market. I have just talked to you about ChatGPT, which is generative AI. It generates answers based on your questions. There are AIs there that'll do video, that will do audio, and again, you must have seen a lot of AI videos now pop up in your WhatsApp, in your Facebook, in your Instagram, that even when you see it, you question yourself. This looks very real, but it can't be real. So yes, there's a lot of realistic looking videos out there. Think twice about believing everything you see. That is the biggest problem we currently have, is that AI has become so realistic that you have to really, really think twice. And if you are unsure, ask somebody else and say, hey, look, does this look like it's real to you? And again, just make sure that you give it that second thought these days with videos and speeches that are out there. So I can replicate your video, your voice in 5 minutes and make a video that sounds like you, that looks like you, and it becomes so realistic people believe you say that. So that's how far AI has gone. So just wanted to close with that. Anyone else has any questions before we call it a day? And
Thank you so much, Farhan, and all the members who joined today, and your valuable questions to us. We'll be having a few more webinar series coming up. We'll keep you posted. Please check out your emails. We don't have the dates yet finalized. So as we finalize dates, you'll be getting the emails. So please encourage your club members and friends of Rotary to register so they can get some valuable information from IT committee. Any final question?
No, I'd just like to add that if you have any suggestions of webinars you would like to see from an IT committee perspective, please let Sunil know. We channel everything through Sunil, and we can then have our team members present. If you felt this was really good and you wanted to see more in-depth as well on AI, provide your feedback. We can only improve on this based on your feedback. So thank you from me personally. I really appreciate it. I know you've taken time off your day, and hopefully you guys learned something valuable, and that you will make use of it in your daily life. Again, my challenge is test it out and see how it works. Get out of your comfort zone. And yeah, if you have any other questions, ask ChatGPT first, then reach out to me if you're stuck.